Teri.
I'm Michelle.
And today we're going to take 3 minutes, 30 seconds and tell you the truth about the 5 love languages. So if you haven't watched our series that we recently did, we went through each one of the 5 love languages. But here's some of the stuff I haven't even really had a chance to talk to Michelle about that came up about the love languages for me personally. One, I think we always need to remember that seasons change, we change.
Right.
You know, when we operate in such a depleted place in some of our seasons of life, like before I got married, you know, I didn't know full love and companionship like I got from my husband. So I needed certain things as opposed to after we got married. Now I need the trash out. You know, I don't need to be told how beautiful I look as much. So, you know, it is very important, first off, to reevaluate where you're at in the languages. If you took it in 1984 and you're like, oh, I took it then, you have completely changed.
Let's hope.
Yes, right.
Let's hope.
I mean, the goal is that we're evolving, right? So
Right.
you have to know that your need, your love bank, the whole premise for the love languages has changed, and you need to reevaluate where you're at. And there's no shame in doing that, especially if you and your spouse, you and your friends seem to be doing the same thing that worked in 1990, but it's not working now. You may want to reevaluate. That was the first thing that I realized for myself. You know, the second thing is there love at all? I mean, we're encouraging you guys to apply the love languages because we're assuming that there's a love in your relationships.
Right.
You know, I realize as being on blast doing those videos that crap. I mean, I flat out chose not to love somebody because I was ticked and I expected them to do it first. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive others. We need to remain true to our values.
Well, you always want to look at a person's heart towards a situation. You know, like you're saying, if, you know, you want the authenticity of they're coming to you, even if they're not meeting your love language, you know their heart is towards you and there is a love there, but they're just navigating through how to demonstrate that to you, perhaps.
Right. Yeah, because what I was recalling as we were doing these videos is that, you know, there are times where somebody knows this information, but they have chosen to literally go, that's not my language, that's not my language. And so we do need to get a grip. These are great tools that are going to take love to a higher level. If you got a love problem,
that's
a whole nother video, okay?
But it's also going to take grace.
Yes.
Like you said, if I know that someone is trying to steward our relationship and I'm a stick in the mud saying, I'm a quality of time person, so this gift isn't going to work for me, I have the problem, not the person who's approaching me. So like you're saying, we do have to have grace for one another as we love one another.
Right, and so we always need to remember our values, trust, forgiveness, the golden rule. I mean, all of those things we assume, and I'm sure so does Gary Chapman when he writes this book, that those things are all in play.
Right.
So don't forget, love one another the way that you would want to be loved in your heart.
Absolutely.
Use the gifts that they require as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good one.